talk about some other stuff going on. D&D has been really fun, but I have to vent a little bit about D&D itself because, you know, I like my GM, I'm having a lot of fun and stuff like that. Last session, we were fighting a mini-boss, and, you know, I have a couple complaints now about, like, the group and stuff, and we were fighting the mini-boss, who is some cult cleric, and he charmed my character, which, you know, that happens. And when I got charmed, you know, I was trying to ask my GM about stuff where I go, okay, well, my character normally acts this way, where she's, you know, she's neutral evil, so she's really selfish and me above you. And charm is very, very fucking ambiguous as a condition. Some people play it like, if you get charmed, you go up one level on the friendship meter, so it'll be like hostile, aggressive, neutral, friendly, you know, shit like that. The way my GM played it was just, you, like, oh, this guy's your best friend, you're gonna help him, you know, with everything. I'm like, okay. And, so I was using, what is it? So I had to use my fucking, he was using his cleric, his NPC mini-boss to give me commands. It's like, oh, you know, deal with your friends or heal me and stuff. And I spent like 6 turns attacking the rest of the people I'm playing with my character, and I almost got one of them killed. And then I purposely started like holding back on what I was doing. You know, I went from using like my strongest shit to like, let me just, you know, try and play nice here as my voice cracks me. I just try and play cool and not, because I don't want to, the guy I almost killed, he's really cool, and he even said that, he's like, well, if I die here, I don't give a shit, I can make something else. I don't know if how much he likes his character. I think his character's cool. He's playing a dragon, he's making a monk that's gonna become a fucking dragon disciple and become a dragon, basically. That's pretty cool. And so I almost killed him, or got him killed. And there's a couple reasons why he didn't die. One of them is that I don't know if it's by house rule or what, but we don't do coup de grace correctly. The way coup de grace is supposed to work is it's an automatic crit, and the person who gets hit by that, like who gets critical, has to roll and beat the damage. So like if you do 20 damage, they have to roll and get over 20, you know, with a fortitude save, or they die. And we don't play it that way. It's just auto crits, and I go, that's good and bad. That's good if it's against us, it's bad if it's if we're doing it, you know? So it kind of makes my disable abilities a little less appealing. So I thought about changing them or something. But, you know, so I'm attacking our monk. Oh, wow, that is a lot of lag. And I don't think we broke this yet, so I'm going to work on this here. Look at, they just come in there. Like, the moment you get a stun on it, they come in and break up the combo. Oh, yeah. Oh, we have a bow, too. The bow, I've seen bows almost solo this thing. It's crazy. I don't know how you do it. Because I was trying to use a bow, and I wasn't getting the results they were. Looks like they have a gold bow, too. Yeah, so the thing that pissed me off is I really don't... I'm starting to not enjoy playing with our paladin. Even though our paladin's really... like, he makes really good characters. He min-maxes like a motherfucker. And that's fine. He plays, you know, D&D like it's Diablo, which I don't, you know, that you do you. I pick a lot of stuff for flavor, for, you know, actual RPing. You know, I try not to make a powerhouse character because the reason is the game, even, you know, half the table agrees, and including the monk who didn't give a shit if he died. He said, you know, we started struggling in this fight because this mini-boss is actually pretty tough. Our GM made him kind of hard. What is it? They're like, oh my god, you know, we're having trouble hitting this guy and this and that. And then the monk was like, yeah, but it's fun this way when it's an actual challenge, you know. It's not fun to just walk in and blow him up every time. And I go, yeah, exactly, that's how I feel. This paladin, the reason I'm kind of having problems is because paladins are just dumb. People argue about if they're broken or not, and they say, well, they're not as good as a fighter, and you know, their combat abilities may be a little worse than fighter, but paladin, if the enemy is evil, they become like the best class. And there are a lot of evil enemies that you fight. And not only that, the what is it? Even though they're not as good offensively, they're incredible defensively. Like, lay hands is really strong. They can heal themselves as a swift action with no, like, attack of opportunity. Someone did the math where it's like, if you spec for it, you can just lay hands yourself for, like, 80 damage, you know, and heal up really easily. And the stuff that gets dumb is they have really good base saves, and then they can add their charisma to their saves. So, and they also get immunity to a bunch of shit. And the guy who's playing the paladin right now, he made it elf, and so it gets like plus resistance to enchantments, immunity to sleep, and all kinds of stuff. So it's really hard to actually deal with this paladin. And oh really, that's why I hate that move. I went for that attack, you know. It's kind of lagging too, so I think the host is in a different plane of existence. Yeah, so our GM is even, you know, I talked to him in private, he said that, he's like, I have trouble kind of balancing stuff because of this fucking character. He's like, if I make it hard enough to where he's gonna have trouble, it's gonna kill you guys. You know, it's gonna steamroll your asses. And so he has to do stuff like more things that get through, like fucking magic missile, you know, shit that you can't avoid. Or touch spells, even though his touch AC is like 20, which is stupid. You know, just all kinds of stuff that makes it, I didn't realize we got 4. That makes life harder. And not only that, he's kind of this, he's a really just vocal alpha type of player. So anytime we have any RP situation or we have to talk to an NPC, he's like, I do this. He's the first person, I'm doing this is what I'm doing. Oh, I'm gonna loot this body. Oh, I'm gonna do this. And it's like, dude, no one else really gets to do much. Unless we, like, I'm noticing myself and others kind of purposely walk away from him during, what is it, encounters, in order to actually get to go do stuff. And, oh shit, I fucked up so bad right there. I went for 2 different combos. Alright, look at this though. This whole thing right here, what was this? Almost 1,000 damage that I get every time it goes down, just because I get some really good damage off that shit. That's, oh god, oh! The fucking body slammed, oh no. Look at that's twice! You just don't move! I don't know if that's intentional. I think that's... You see here, we're lagging a little bit. Yeah, so it's really tough with this paladin. And I don't even think he's playing... Well, because here's the thing that bothers me is the monk... I know what our monk, his character's doing. Our druid isn't, like, super combat efficient. But the way she plays her druid is just dripping with character. It's so good. And, you know, so I enjoy playing with her. My character has, you know, some actual, like, RP going on, some character stuff. So, people at the table know what my character's about. And I just wish they didn't know I was evil, but I was trying to keep it a secret at first, especially from our fucking paladin. But, one of our players who doesn't play with us anymore was just kind of like, you know, when I first joined the session with my character, he was like, oh, do you detect evil? He kept saying it like every couple seconds. And I kept trying to set up a situation where I wasn't near the paladin when he's trying to do this shit. And then finally, someone was just like, oh, Adam's playing an evil character. I went, oh. Well, I guess that's it. It sucks because it doesn't knock her out of that. Whatever, though. And so now he knows I'm evil, and he's like, well... And this is how he metagames and stuff. He's like, well, you know, I don't have to, like, fight you or kill you or anything unless I see you do something super evil, which I'm going to. You know, I'm gonna start doing some shit like cannibalism. Right? With my... Oh, shit. With my witch at some point. And he's gonna have to fucking deal with it. But here's the thing. What pisses me off is whenever these situations come up, he doesn't say like, oh, you know, we're gonna have to hash it out, or like, we're gonna have to RP through this. He's like, I'm gonna have to kill you. You go, really? You just, there's no thought to that with your character. Just, yep, I have to fight you. And it sucks because his character's so fucking powerful that if he wants to kill me, he's going to. No one in this party can actually fight him at this point. And it's by a lot. And it's kind of frustrating. So it's like, if he wants to fucking do something, we have to listen. And just because of how his character's statted and stuff, he's just good at everything. And it's like, all of his checks are like, even if he hits like a 12, it's 25, you know? Just all kinds of dumb shit. And, glad I saw that. The reason it's a problem now is because I got charmed fighting this dude, and the GM not only made me, you know, try and attack the party, the GM was so tired of this paladin, he wanted me to attack the paladin. He's like, oh, I gave you a... Because even though I'm playing a witch, my GM's doing some really cool shit with my character, because, you know, I put a lot of effort into my backstory, and he's put a lot of effort into helping me with my backstory, you know, to fit into his thing, because he loves my character. And so, he even said that, he's like, besides the druid, I've put the most work into your character for this campaign. And I thanked him, and, you know, we've had a couple, instances where I get some, you know, some private role-playing, where, you know, he gives me story events that that the party doesn't get to see. He's given me a couple bonus abilities, and he even he just, like, on the last session, he supercharged my character to where, you know, I'm playing a witch, so I can only learn witch shit, but witch is an arcane spellcaster, and he said, okay, I'm going to let your character also learn wizard spells, but only under this condition. Because one of the ways I can learn magic is to... It's crazy. One of the ways I can learn magic is to drink the blood of a spellcaster and absorb power through them. Like, right? That is such a cool ability that the witch gets. And he said, well, if you do that, I'll let you learn... And a couple other things. I'll let you learn wizard magic. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. So... And that makes my character really good, because wizard spells are fucking dumb. I'm basically going to be a wizard with heals and hexes. My witch is on the, like, the edge of being dumbass broken, you know, as time goes on. The only thing that a wizard gets over me is free metamagic feats. That's it. And I don't even know if that's, or how good that is. You know, I think metamagic's really good. It's just, it's kind of hard to, I've never really fucked with it too much, so I'm a little nervous, you know? But, so, we're in this battle, and the GM wants me to magic missile the fucking paladin, because that's the only thing that's going to stick, because none of my other things stick, none of the things the cleric will do will hit him, or the NPC mini-boss that he's using will hit him. So he was trying to use me to take down the paladin for this fight, and the paladin just fucking metagaming says, if you attack me, I'm going to see that as betrayal, and I'm going to have to kill you. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, my character hates betrayal. Meanwhile, the paladin's girlfriend also plays with us, and they work together to min-max that character as well. And so this, the barbarian, that's what she's playing, the barbarian hit this mini-boss for like 60 damage in one turn at level 6. Just fucking dumb. You know, dumbass powerful. And the cleric hit the rest of the group, except the Paladin, because the Paladin fucking resisted it, with confusion, and the dude's girlfriend shot the Paladin. So his girlfriend's character actually shot him. You know, all my spells just bounced off him. And he's sitting here saying, I'm gonna have to kill you, but he never says, like, I'm gonna have to kill my girlfriend. You know, because she attacked me. Right? And that never came up. So there's already inconsistencies, dumbass metagaming, just frustrating shit like that. And, actually I could have picked up the Thorn Pot. I don't need, if I can fucking find it. I'd rather have a Slinger Bomb.
Watch yourself.
There it is. So I don't need the stones anymore. But yeah, so it was pretty annoying.
Now get out there and show us how it's done.
Oh, I missed. I'm trying to stick her in the face. Oh, I missed twice. I'm so fucking bad. And she gets new attacks in here. This is kind of a challenging phase. And this is why I save my cloaks. My mantles, I should say. So when she enrages in a sec, it should be coming in the next 30 seconds. I'm going to start using my shit. Oh, that's not good. At this point, he needs to stay in town. In camp. As irritating as it might be. It's like, if you double cart, I would rather he stay, because I think the progress doesn't get counted if you fail the quest. So what she enrages when she leans back and does that, so you'll see it. Here it is. We even have Agitator so we can see it, but yeah. This is when this fight gets hard, because she can do that and just trap you against the wall and you die in about 5 seconds. It's pretty annoying. Yes, there's already inconsistencies with this this Paladin. Yes, yeah, the guy's just out. Oh, I guess he fucking got dropped. I was hoping to mount her there. I risked it. Got to heal. Yeah, so like all that just kind of bothered me because I was fucking charmed, and not only that, from an RP standpoint, other people are getting mind controlled and hitting him, right? So his thought should be, oh, there's fucking, you know, mind control magic going on right now. Oh my god in heaven. Almost walked into another one. I almost want to just let the boss run away just so we can keep the progress. I think I said that. Piercing Pod, I could actually use that to get that. Oh my god. Oh, Slinger Bombs. Just run away from this. Piercing Pods are good. She's really... So we can actually hit that. Oh, I missed that third one. So it just... Oh, fuck! Oh, man. So it just kind of bothered me because it's like, your character has spellcraft, you couldn't see... I saw the spell being cast, you didn't, you know? Actually, no, I didn't see the spell being cast, that was kind of bullshit. Because my GM hit me with it, and then I said, well, what was it? He's like, I don't know. And I said, okay, can I spellcraft it? I know it's after the fact, not that I could do anything about it now, but can I just, no? It's like, oh, it's Charm Person. I went, oh, shit, okay. Because what's supposed to be is, you know, see so-and-so casting, and then, like, I spellcraft it, see if I can spot it, you know. Maybe I have a countermeasure. So I kind of got cheated there. I fucked up my roll. I think it was down, I think it was, like, no joke, maybe 2 under what I was supposed to hit to resist it, but I didn't. Yeah, so this Paladin's just threatening to fucking kill me. Because of that, I'm like, dude, I was fucking charmed, other people in the party are charmed, and you're trying to kill my fucking character for it? Well, I'll explain why. I'll explain why people are mad. In a sec here. But those are all the stupid inconsistencies, you know? And the other thing, my GM was making me cast spells that I actually couldn't. You know, where he was like, oh, cast level 4 version of like a level 3 spell on the party, and I went, well, I kind of, you know, you need to prep that, I think. But whatever. I'm not trying to be like a huge rules monger, which I normally am, just because I really like rules. Oh god, we're dying. Oh yes, let her leave. Yeah, I'm pretty sure progress doesn't carry if you fail, which... man. That's frustrating. Let's see. Oh, it does! Okay, we're good. I'm less irritated. Actually, I'm not irritated at all anymore, though. That's all I needed. Yeah, so this, might break this video into two, we'll see. Just so I don't have to edit all this shit at the same time. Yeah, so this, that's how you do it, right, on YouTube. You make the illusion of content. You just break things into pieces. And like, wow, look at all these videos he's posting. He's so active. They're all 12 minutes each. Thanks, Game Grumps. That's why they put out so much content. They like, record for probably an hour or two per game. Like, total recording time they spend is probably, like, 5 hours. And then, what is it? Then they just chop them up into, like, 20 videos. Let me in. Fuck. Oh, that fucking loser with his bow. I'm gonna double cart, and then I'm gonna join another group. Up as I fucking eat my food. Yeah, I'm just salty because a lot of things weren't kind of going the way they were supposed to, but I let it go just because I was, you know, I was enjoying the game still. And, I guess let's post. We'll host it, and then hopefully people join us. Yeah, anyway, so, what is a lot of dumb shit's happening, but I'm kind of letting it happen, just kind of rolling with it, you know. And we had it got to the point where we killed all the other minor enemies. The boss was surrounded except for his back, like directly behind him, his flank. And my witch was flying because witches get flight at like level 1 or no, level 5 if they want to. So I have that. And so I was just that's why no one was really fucking with me, because I was flying above the battlefield just throwing spells at people and hexes and shit. And you know, this cleric NPC mini-boss, my GM said, alright, he orders you to help him. You know, he's like, oh, heal me, please, save me. And I wanted to make it really, really, really dramatic, because I didn't want it to be the normal, oh, okay, we surround him, and our overpowered paladin beats the shit out of him, along with our barbarian, and then they just, because no one else could hit this guy. It was just these two. And it's like, okay, so we're just going to sit here until the two of you chop him to death. You know, because I'm about out of spells, out of healing, all kinds of stuff with my witch. I had like one level 4 spell left. And I used it. And it's called Dimension Door. It's a short-range teleport. And when my GM, you know, said help me in terms of the mini-boss, I went, okay, how can I make this super fun and dramatic? And I'm charmed, by the way, I didn't want to do this. And so I flew down there on my turn, and I teleported me and the mini-boss out of the room. And everyone at the table except this fucking barbarian and this paladin fucking loved it. Like, they were cheering, they were saying this is one of the, you know, most coolest, or, you know, craziest things I've seen in our time of playing. You know, I don't think it was that crazy, but, you know, it was hilarious and kind of epic. You know, that I fucking save a boss. Not that I wanted to. And then I had both the barbarian and the paladin going, next session, you're dead. we should have killed you earlier. And I'm like, well, you were fucking... I wanted to tell the barbarian, you were confused and shooting our party for fucking 4 turns. And the paladin says, oh, he has to fucking deal with me, yet he's not going to kill... Like, my thing was betrayal, but him shooting you wasn't betrayal, you know? I was so irritated. When they left, I'm sitting here, and my GM too, he's like, I don't know if you're going to make it out of the next thing. Like, I planned for this in case he got away, but I don't know if your character's going to actually make it out of what's next. I'm sitting here thinking, I just made your game so fucking hype that everyone's cheering, and you're thanking me for, you know, doing something super awesome, and you're still gonna kill my character through writing. And I'm like, this is... That's what pissed me off. I mean, it pissed off the group that I saved the boss, but, you know, I was holding my tongue on, you know, they're frustrated. I'm saying, yeah, it's frustrating having to attack all of you for 6 fucking turns. That wasn't fun. Having to sit here and almost kill the fucking monk, and then start dropping spells on the rest of the party to help this that wasn't fun. All because of, like, some mistranslated rules, or like me disagreeing with how charm is actually used. You know, the only time I use charm person is if, like, I want to get information and talk to the NPCs or something, not, you know, like, the way they're playing charm was basically the way you play dominate. And dominate is you get full control of the character, and charm is more you're just friendly to them. You know, and it says, well, you can't do things, or if you make them do something out of character, then they get to say, you know, make another save or something like that. And I'm thinking, I mean, having my selfish ass witch help someone that's not her, that seems pretty out of character. So I don't know, I was really irritated. And then he's sitting here saying that my character might actually die. I'm like, this is... Really? You're not gonna let me, you know, get out of this? And he told me some metagame stuff for the story. Apparently, the guy we were fighting was also being controlled by someone else that was really powerful. So what my guess is this, whoever's controlling this enemy cleric or whatever that we were fighting, or whatever, it was a spellcaster, I think it was a cleric. So whoever was controlling this is he's gonna let them take control of my witch and then have me fight the party again. That's what I'm thinking. I should have canceled this. Oh well. And that is legitimately upsetting me. Because if they make me fight the party's probably gonna fucking kill me. Because my character's built to work with the party, not to solo. Miss, yeah. So I'm kind of annoyed about that. And he's like, well, start another character just in case. I'm sitting here, I almost wanted to rage quit the group. I decided I would probably quit the group if he killed my witch. Not because it's like, oh, my character died, and I'm a little baby that can't handle it. It's not that. It's more that because I tried to actually roleplay and make the game more interesting for everyone involved, including my GM, who I'm sure was tired of just putting shit in front of this paladin and having it chopped down. Oh, did you just double attack me? Okay, go away. Holy shit. You know, I'm sure he's tired of watching all the shit he's planning out just get fucking mollywopped. And so I try to make something more fun, and I'm getting punished for it. Not only that, I've put probably the most time... I'm certain I put the most time into my character at that table. I spent the most time building and planning my levels, planning a balance between min-maxing and, what is it? Like, RPG flavor. I've spent the most time in between those. I've actually developed my character. I wrote an actual fucking full-page backstory, you know, with her. And, I even, like, my backstory even has plot points that my GM can use if he wants to. So I put a lot of time into this character. And it's basically gonna die because I helped him make a better game. And that's what's pissing me off. It's not like we fought a dragon and we got team wiped, or I died dramatically to a super boss in the encounter. You know, it's, oh, because of, you know, narrative writing and the fucking hot trigger of your party. That was actually an unfortunate paralyze. I would have liked to get a few more hits. Like, if I paralyzed it here, that would have been really good. But we didn't. It's okay, though. Gotta be careful with the golf swing, because I can do that. Launch him. Yes, that's why I'm upset. And also because I feel like this paladin, no joke, just straight up cheated. I don't know, because I wasn't there when he rolled his character. I took a peek at his character sheet, because he sits next to me at the table. I'm going to take another peek to confirm next session. But his stats are through the fucking roof. Ooh, gem. You know, like, the way you do your stats, there's a few different ways. We roll dice for stats, which, if the dice favor you, you get some really broken-ass character. But it's really hard to do that. You know, usually you get a couple really good stats, a couple really garbage stats, and that's your character, you know? Usually you get like a couple 16, 17s, maybe one 18. If you're lucky, and then a few fucking like 8s and 10s. And this paladin is an elf, and his lowest stat is 13. Oh, I thought it was close enough. I always do that. Yeah, his lowest stat is 13. His other stats are 20, 17, or his highest stat is 20, the rest of them are 17, and then one's 13. And a level 7 elf paladin just mathematically cannot have those stats unless he has some kind of stat boosting item that he just wrote down as a total instead of a mod, which would make sense. But I don't think he has anything like that either. And the only other way he could have stats that high is if he's like trading feats for ability scores, which some people let you do that. I don't know if, actually, I don't know if that's always allowed. I think it is. Or it might have just been like a house rule, but regardless, even then, there's no way he should have stats that fucking high. It's so absurd. So I'm thinking like that something wouldn't miss, especially an elf. You know, it just, like I said, mathematically can't happen at this point. And if it did, he must have made a mistake. Because the way my GM does it when you roll for stats is you roll 4 dice and take the highest 3. So you have a little wiggle room. But I'm thinking if he rolled all 4 dice and just combined them and took all 4 as his stat, if he did that, then I could definitely see how he got those stats. Because he's basically getting, his cap goes from 18 to 24. And if that's what your max capacity is for stats, is 24 instead of 18, 17s start becoming really common. 15s and 17s become common. So that would have made sense. That's the other thing. He plays this fucking paladin as a fighter with no actual, I don't know what his character is about. I don't know what him and this barbarian are as characters in terms of RP, because they don't do it. You know, you think paladins are like these holy warriors, or like at least, you know, adhere to a code of conduct, and they're religious and stuff. He doesn't talk about his religion. He doesn't use diplomacy, which is a class skill. He uses intimidate on everything. You know, like the building we were fighting this dude in, he walked up to it and he said, "Okay, can we open it?" "No, it's locked." "Okay, taking my battering ram." I start hitting the door. I'm like, what cause do you have for that? You know, we don't get to try and infiltrate the building. You just sit there and start busting the door in. And every time we fight anything or take a hostage, I intimidate it. It's like, why don't you use diplomacy? I intimidate. I kick it. I restrain it. It's like, dude. And then he, it was so funny, because, like I said, my character, since she's evil, she can do things like cut off fingers and, you know, be an asshole. And then he, you know, in the last session, he was like, "Oh, your character's really aggressive, right?" And I said, kinda. You know, it's more that she can just do those things, and you think she's aggressive because I usually have to, in order to even get to interact with the NPCs, I have to do something quick and immediate. I have to, like, oh, I do this. So that's why it seems aggressive, because I don't get to talk to him. I don't get to interact with him. So I'm going to start trying to redefine my character a little bit. See, someone just got it. So we might be able to as well. She turns around here, I think. Oh, damn it. I didn't think I could get another attack there. It's alright. So I'm going to start trying to redefine how my character kind of RPs in the coming games, if I survive. And I told my GM a couple times, I was like, you need to write something in there that protects me from those two. Or, protects me in the plot. You know, like, people joke about plot armor. That's when, if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like, well, this character won't die because of, you know, writing. And that's what I want, you know, at least for right now. At least for right now. And I think that's fair considering how much I just added to the game. And to give you an idea, the other people at the table besides the two I'm talking about either text me or message me on Facebook afterwards and said, that was fucking great. My GM messaged me the next day and said, the rest of us were talking about it at 1 in the morning about you saving this fucking asshole by teleporting him. And I went, yeah, I did something you fucking enjoyed, now fucking save me. But I told him, I said, I'm going to start writing up another character just in case, because I had an idea. So, in terms of my witch's backstory, I know I'm just going like full fucking nerd right now, but please deal with it. But in terms of my witch's backstory, her parents were killed in her village because she's a witch, and witchcraft is like outlawed. And they were going to kill the whole family because of it. But they couldn't find my character because she was still like a little girl. Oh god. Whoops. Sorry, dude. But yeah, so, you know, they killed my character's parents off. They're gonna kill her, and her whole goal in the game is to actually get revenge on... I should turn here. That was actually a mistake. I should have charged there. I'm gonna hit this time. There you go. See? Usually when one group breaks it, the other can too. So there go the horns. That should give us like a level 17 bonus, which is usually max. If you get 2 horn breaks, that's usually enough. So we should get the max amount of drops. But in my character's backstory, I wrote this before my character was in danger of dying, so no one can get mad at me. I wrote that my character had an older brother that was a cleric, and I was going to have her, as one of the plot devices, kind of interact with her brother. I wasn't sure if they're going to hate each other or try and help each other because they're still family, you know? And I was going to have a little conflict where, you know, the brother is the good, nice cleric, you know? And the sister is the evil witch, and the sister wants to curse the town. Oh, we got unlucky. Usually you get 1 horn, not 2, so we got kind of fucked. But the, my witch, her goal, long-term, is to get a powerful curse, and then curse the village that she came from. She wants to just either curse the bloodline of the guy that killed her parents, or she wants to curse the town to where it just gets wiped off the map. And my GM's helping me do that, which is dope. And since my character's in danger of dying, when he told me to write a new one, I said, I'm going to write her brother, the cleric. And he was kind of like, oh, okay, I'm going to have to change some stuff, and then I'll get back to you. And I was like, yep. And the reason I'm going to write her brother is because in my group, people, you know, the paladin who's leading the group most likely won't want to resurrect my fucking character. And he's been kind of an asshole anyway. So, 15. That's unfortunate. But since he, since they're not going to do that, I'm going to write in this cleric. I'm not going to tell them, because they don't know my witch's last name, and so I'm not going to tell my cleric's first name, because they both start with the same letter. So my cleric's going to be brother, last name. And the way I'm going to write in that he joins with the DM is that he was having his sister followed to keep tabs on her to make sure she stayed safe, and then she's all of a sudden not with this party, and so he's going to join the party to find out what happened to her, but not tell them what the fuck happened to her. And if he kills my witch, my cleric, who I wrote beforehand, it's fucking genius, right? My cleric is going to make it his mission to resurrect his sister, because the god he's going to follow believes in redeeming evildoers. It's so fucking good. At least I think it's good. Oh, we got pretty lucky there. We got 3 golds. And so I'm going to spend the whole fucking campaign, if I have to play this cleric, and at some point I'm going to resurrect his... Oh, we got super lucky. Thank you, YouTube. Just because y'all are watching, we got some cool shit. Yeah, so it's going to be great. At the end of the campaign, or at some point in the campaign, I'm going to resurrect my fucking witch. Because they won't do it. Spread. Oh, wow. Oh, no. No rapid fire spread 3, though. Or spread 2 would have been nice, but whatever. Okay. It's still an elemental gun. That kind of sucks. If it didn't have that water and freeze shot, I think we could have put like an element gem on there. But look, you see, look at these. These weapons are dumb. Look at this: 10% crit, extra defense, level 3 slot, kind of low on the damage roll, but spread shot monster. This might not be good. That's high base damage, though. That's really high base damage. With no, what is it? With no, like, real negative. Ice water. I don't know. I read about some people getting some dumbass bow guns. So I'm trying to get one of those, but I can't. Cluster bomb follow-up. I don't know how cluster bomb works, but whatever. Yeah, so since they're not going to most likely resurrect my witch, and if my GM kills my witch, I'm going to have her brother resurrect the witch as part of the fucking story, because I'm the only one writing decent characters, apparently. So he better let me do it. That's my only complaint. Because I'm a little worried about it, you know? And it's going to be a little bit before I can resurrect her. So we'll see what happens. And to the Paladin's credit, he did mention to the GM after, where he said, well, it doesn't make sense for my character to kill his now. Like that. This was like 2 hours later, I get fucking texted that, and I go, yeah, it doesn't. And he said, but I can't stop the barbarian. She said she wanted to. It's so stupid. We have an evil artifact that we picked up in the campaign, and I wanted to use it because my character's evil, and the barbarian took it and wanted to destroy it, and she is so opposed to this item because it was used to target her, and she is so upset that I saved this mini-boss that she wanted to use the evil item against me. And I'm like, what? Why? Here's the other thing. I don't know how her character acts because I've never seen her RP it. So I have no idea if this is even in character for her. It just seems like a bunch of metagame bullshit. Just, it's so upsetting. But what's cool is, I guess before last session, because I got there late, I guess something stole the artifact from her, and no one knows it. Like, they did all the rolls without, because she wasn't there, so they did all the rolling without her present. And so she's gonna try and use it or something, and then all of a sudden it's not gonna be there. Which is cool. So, I don't know, but it's easier to deal with just the barbarian. You know, in terms of if they try and kill me, I can, you know, my character has a lot of little tricks. I can get past it, you know. So we'll see what happens. And like I said, if he kills my witch, I'm gonna be pissed. And if he kills my witch, I'm just gonna play a cleric with the sole goal of saving the witch, because I'm being a little spiteful. And like I said, I'm actually writing a decent character. Because when the possibility came up that my witch could die, like I said, and two people are talking about killing her if the story doesn't kill me. I'm kind of going, yeah, kind of don't want to play with y'all after that, but, you know, and I didn't want to write a new character. I decided if I'm going to write a new character, I'm not doing a backstory. I just don't give a shit, because I'm going to be like, you know, if my GM said, well, why don't you? I'm going to go, well, you help me with my backstory, and we're going to make it a big part of your campaign. And I spent at least 40 hours outside of us at the table working on my character. And you're going to fucking just let her go that easily? Like, that's kind of annoying. You know, it's kind of like, it's weird, because if the GM is giving all this divine GM help to the character already, why doesn't he just go a little further? Why doesn't he make her just a critical part of the campaign? There's so much you could do, right? Because I want to curse this village and wipe everyone out, you know? And You know, let's take a peek at the Dante quest. Maybe we can do that. I think it's Teostra.